You guys already know that I had to make a video on this one, and this is going to be none other than Lost Ark. Probably one of the most anticipated MMORPGs right now in the market, at least most anticipated in my book as well, because yeah, just having an isometric MMORPG is something that you don't really see every day. Not a whole lot of games like this out there, and so yeah, and not to mention it's absolutely a beautiful looking game and whatnot. But anyways, if this is your first time here, my name is Alaman SK for Coffee and RPGs, where we cover the latest news, trends, and updates for the RPG gaming genre, including MMOs, survival, JRPGs, online, and the like. If you guys got your coffee ready with your beverage of choice, I'm drinking coffee as always. Let's go ahead and cover Lost Ark together. Cheers to you guys.
Consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification right next to it. Thank you.
So one of the sources that I like to use is obviously going to be MMOculture.com, and it says here that Lost Ark is finally being announced for the fall of 2021. Although I think it's been pushed again, and yeah, going to their Steam page, it actually says December of 2021 now. So not exactly sure what's going on, but either way, we're still getting it in the year 2021, hopefully. Yep, being published by Amazon Games, and I think this is something that they could really use right now because they don't have the best reputation, unfortunately. They unreleased a game called The Crucible, I believe, and the New World has been delayed like a dozen times, and yeah, so they could definitely catch a break, and I'm really hoping that this is the break that they need. Although they're not developing it, it's been already developed by a company called Smilegate, I believe, but either way, I'm glad they're publishing it here in the North American shores as well as the European shores and whatnot. As I said before, their release date here says December 31st instead, so I'm gonna go ahead and believe what Steam says. I believe that's been updated now, but it already has overwhelmingly positive, despite the fact that we haven't had it here in the West, but it is already out in Korea, obviously, but it's also out in Russia and Japan and some parts of Southeastern Asia, I believe, but I could be wrong about that. But again, just really quick, let's just go over what this game is about. As I said earlier, this game doesn't really need an introduction, especially if you're an MMORPG fan, and some of the tags that we actually do find for this game is action, obviously, but we also have RPG, MMORPG, adventure, action RPG, massively multiplayer. Again, of course, it's going to have that tag. It is an MMO after all. Free to play, that I didn't know before, so it will go with the free to play business model. PvP, PvE, fantasy, isometric, again, one of the defining factors of this MMORPG, because I mean, isometric games, there's a lot out there, but for an MMO, not a whole lot in my opinion. Again, we got character customization, probably one of the best ones so far besides Black Desert Online from what I hear. It also has let's say adult content. It also has violence, gore, class-based, multiplayer, online co-op, single player, and hack and slash, and this is definitely a game that checks off a lot of the tags that I look forward to, and not just MMOs, but just RPGs in general. Now, they do have various founder packs that you could actually order right now, with the cheapest one being $25. They also have a mid-tier pack at $50 with the Lost Ark Platinum Founders Pack for $100, and it's yeah, I just assume you just get more in-game stuff the more money you shell out and whatnot. Not exactly sure, excuse me, of the details, but we're not here for the details, we're here for the trailer, right? So really quick, I just wanted to show you this because the last video I did, or potentially the last video I did, depending on the order that I release these videos in, I did a reaction video to the Final Fantasy game that's being made by both or partnership between Team Ninja and Square Enix, and the ratio to like to dislike was half and half. With this one, yeah, I mean, ratio is not that bad. About 1.5k likes to 130 dislikes, and so off to a pretty good start so far in my opinion, because I know a lot of people have pretty much given up on this game because they're just sick of waiting, but so far so good. The game looks absolutely breathtaking, but that's kind of expected. I mean, it's one of the things that Lost Ark is known for, but most Korean MMORPGs are known for that anyways. But let's get started. Just gorgeous.
The Lost Ark.
That's a weird voice.
A relic from the half-remembered Chain War. But now, our world has been torn once again.
Nice. That face was scary.
Have returned.
I mean, look at the details of the characters.
and waking nightmares.
The texture on the environments, on the characters. Yeah, the attention to detail on this game is just so amazing. But then again, it really wouldn't be a Korean MMO if it wasn't, right? Look at that, the sea content. At least there is ocean content in here, but I'm not very familiar with it, unfortunately.
Now, out of hope,
Wow, that's a huge dragon.
we turn to myths to prove that not all
Is that some sort of summoner class? Wow, look at all those. Look at all those soldiers. Giant, massive battles and whatnot. I'm really looking forward to that. Even if it is just part of the narrative. Again, going back to this scene, it's just so massive, the world that you're able to partake in and just do battle and then explore and whatnot. And yeah, I just can't believe the level of detail that's in this scene alone. Again, I think one of the criticisms that a lot of people have against Korean games is that it's just all substance and no soul. No. Is that how it goes? No. It's all just bells and whistles without having any depth, without having any substance. Yeah, I think that's how it goes, rather. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired right now. And I think there is some truth to that, unfortunately. Korean games are known to be very flashy, very high-end in terms of its graphics, in terms of its aesthetics, and the female characters, let's be honest. But other than that, I mean, there doesn't seem to be any soul to a lot of these games. But I'm really hoping Lost Ark is going to change that. I wouldn't even go as far as to say that Black Desert Online doesn't really fall into that stereotype, but it kind of does a little bit, unfortunately. I guess it just really depends on the way you look at things, but Lost Ark definitely looks like one of those games where it just not only looks great but also plays great. And yeah, as far as I can tell, it's still very tremendously popular over in Russia and South Korea and Japan and all those other areas that they were able to get this game to before we got it. Right? But they must be doing something right over there in order for them to decide, hey, let's finally bring this game over to the West, because not only could we turn a profit, but make a pretty decent amount of it as well, hopefully. Because I mean, let's be honest, if they didn't, then they'd never release this game here in the first place. Hey, let's just call a spade, man. Again, going back to the way the game looks, the blooming or the bloom effect that you see here, and just the size of the tree, and it feels like it's just one of those games you could easily get yourself immersed in, if you will. I mean, if you're into isometric games in the first place. Again, I didn't think I'd be really interested in this game because of that fact, but because MMORPGs is a little stagnant right now, let's be honest, I'm ready for some change. I'm ready for some things to kind of shake up a little bit and do things differently and whatnot. And so that's why I'm really looking forward to this game as well, just because how vastly different it is from other stereotypical MMORPGs that typically use that third-person camera or sometimes even first-person. But yeah, isometric, that's pretty awesome in my opinion. And again, sorry to go back to like all the wonderful scenes that just look so amazing. Look at all those soldiers that you see in the battle and all those airships right there. Like this is like a epic battle of just biblical proportion, it looks like. And I'm just really hoping that this game captures that essence, captures that massive just jaw Yeah, I can't wait. Let me know down in the comment section below what you look forward to the most about this game, but definitely the aesthetics, the graphics, and just the way the game looks and feels is what I would probably put towards the top of that list, and my list rather. But anyways, everyone, I just want to say thank you so much for watching that trailer with me, and yeah, I'll finally let you guys go. Hope you guys have a blessed night, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers again, everyone.